So we've talked about before in the past about how to get that competitive edge in Fortnite. You're playing Fortnite either on console, mobile, or computer. What do you need to get that extra edge? Well, there's something that a lot of people overlook and don't necessarily go towards when they're thinking about upgrading their gaming setup, and that's headphones. Having headphones lets you see literally behind your back. You can hear people coming up from behind you. You can hear gunshots from like this side versus that side. You know where the action is. So today we're going to be taking a look at two very different headphones from two very different price points to see which one's the most worth it. One of them is a professional headset, the other one's a budget one. So we're going to be looking at a PlayStation 4 variant of the budget headphone, LV3, level 3. Afterglow is the name of it. Stereo gaming headset. Now, that's important. Whenever you're getting a headset for gaming, you definitely want at minimum stereo peripherals. This way you hear left, you hear right, and you know which way it's coming from. So the drivers inside of it are 44 millimeters high definition drivers, noise canceling mics, so when you're talking to your teammates, they don't hear what's going on in the background, and quick access to control, so the buttons are large and easy to press, and works with DualShock 4 controllers. And it uses a standard 3.5 millimeter connector. So if you do want to use this for your phone and it has a headphone jack, you also have that ability. Another benefit to this is that it's a licensed PS4 product. So what that means is that it was built and approved by Sony to be made for the PS4. Check it out. The Afterglow Level 3 headset for the PS4. Right off the bat, it comes with a manual, quick start guide. Now, we're gonna be going over a couple things. First, actual sound performance. How well can you visualize the area around you? Number two, build quality. How well does it fit? And also, how does it feel on your head? If you're wearing a heavy headset, you won't be able to do that all day. Build quality is okay. It doesn't feel like a high quality headset. It feels good. It doesn't feel bad. It fits your head. It has adjustments on the side so you can pull it. If you have a larger head, you can adjust it. Hopefully get your fit. These are nice and snappy. There's no buttons on the actual headset themselves. That's all going to be found on your inline remote, where it has a volume up, volume down functionality over here. And then you also have a mute and unmute button for your microphone. How does it feel? Do I look ready to game? They feel nice. They don't feel terrible. They're not pinching my head. The ear muffs, I will say, are a bit small. They are nice and cushioned. It is a soft touch, sort of microfiber type of texture. They're deep enough so that your ears aren't hitting the back of the headphones. Another benefit of these is that these do not require batteries at all. They are completely powered by the inline 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. That's also a sign that it's not the most powerful drivers in the world. It won't be able to enhance some of the gaming features, gaming sounds. So what we're going to do now is we are going to test out the actual 3D performance of the headphones. And what I mean by that is, how well does it render visually a 3D space around your head? So what we have loaded up on YouTube right now is a 3D sound experience. Let's test it out. Let's see how good the budget versions are for $7. Also, this cable's a bit short. It is a durable cable, but it's only like a meter long. I guess if it's plugged into your controller, that's all you need. Would have been nice to have a bit more length. Here we go. From the beginning, we're gonna be testing this. We're gonna go on for about 30 seconds. This way I can fully feel it. Close your eyes, sit upright. Okay. So after listening to him for a little bit, I can tell a couple things. For one, the drivers built inside of these are not the greatest drivers. They're of course powered only by this 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that's going to be connected to your wireless controller, especially for PS4. They sound okay. In terms of the actual bass produced by them, it's a bit lacking. The bass I found, because at the beginning there was an explosion in the actual sound experience. It didn't really hit me, and it was a bit hard to tell where the sounds were coming from. Like, you got left, you got right, but it's missing the 3D experience. You can only do so much when it's only stereo sound. But for $7, they're not bad. On to the pros. So that was the budget headphones for $7, but what we're going to be looking at now is what all the pros in console gaming use. This setup goes for around $600 American, It includes both a headphone and an amplifier. So let's take a look. They are the Turtle Beach Elites. Now, this is a standard color. This is the orange and black. Now, you will see other professional teams like Optic rocking their own colored variants. This is the package in question. It is an amplifier with a bunch of features, presets, surround mode. This way you can dial in exactly how you like to hear your game. And you have the headset over here, which is a bit different. It feels a bit sturdier. The clamp is a bit more secure, but you know it won't pinch you. So at the top of it, you can adjust the actual tightness of the headphone. So how much will it be squeezing inward? If you have a small head, set it to number 1, and it goes all the way to size 10 on both sides. This way it opens up a bit more. In terms of actual adjustments, it also has on the side here a vertical adjustment. So if you have a taller head, shorter head, you can get that in. For the pads, it's similar to the cheaper version. It has a microfiber sort of lining with a faux leather pad. They are bigger, they are deeper compared to the other ones. And if you look at the drivers on the inside, they're massive. Do you see the drivers? Look at that. That is what's going to be producing all of the sound coming from your game. Now, how do they feel in the head? Alright. They fit pretty good. They're pretty snug on my head. They are more heavy than the cheaper variant. Now, there's a lot of things that you will notice on this dial that makes it unique to others. For starters, there is a game to chat ratio of how loud you want each part to be. So if you want your game to be a lot louder, you can turn it up, or you want your chat to be a lot louder, you know, you want to hear commands, you can turn that all the way down to the chat side, and that mutes the game. You have your min, max volume control over here. These headphones are also noise canceling or noise limiting. It doesn't cancel the noise, but it tries to hide them. So if you have people talking in the background, you can turn it up all the way and you won't hear them as much. And then outboard mic boost. So if your microphone's far away from your mouth, you don't want to have it close, you can turn that up. And as well as mic monitor level, that also controls how loud your mic output is. On the back of it, you have a ton of inputs and outputs. So you have a pass-through option. You have the digital optical in. You also have an Ethernet in. You also have your selector over here. Depending on which console you're using, you can choose, and that like adjusts the levels accordingly. So you have a programmable input, and then you also have a master input. This is what's going to be powering the actual device. Now, another thing that is important to note is that these are rated for 7.1 surround sound. So versus the stereo speaker, where it's only left and right, you have 7 speakers all around you. So left, right, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then 1 in the center in front of you. And you have the 0.1, which is on top of you. So you get that whole 3D experience where you know someone's shooting from. So these do require bus power through a USB, which is important to note. So you plug it in, it comes to life, it starts to glow. And let's hear this Trucker Zone 3D sound experience again from the same point. Play, let's see what happens. Oh, someone's knocking. Hey there. So I can hear someone talking over here on my right side. And now he's walking behind me. You can hear that, whereas you couldn't in the other ones. Okay, he's whispering. I'm done with this. The guy came up and whispered in my ear. I'm having none of that. So we looked at 2 different headphones at 2 different prices. Obviously, depending on which one you're looking at will depend on which level of gaming experience you have, where you are in your career in terms of gaming, how well you can game. If you're just starting out, the $7 option is very hard to beat. You need a headset. It's plain and simple. If you do not have a headset, the first thing you should buy before getting a new controller is, of course, a headset. This way you can see behind your head. You guys know how important that is? You can hear someone coming up from behind you. That's important. $7, highly recommend, but there is a reason why the professionals use this. I was able to hear everything in that 3D experience. I could pick up where he's walking. He walked behind me. He whispered in my ear. It sounded like he was talking in my ear. But for $600, is it worth it? Nathan, what do you think?
Not for me.
Not for you? You don't game. This man doesn't game. He doesn't even play. He's never played Fortnite. I can say if you are a hardcore gamer, if you are a gaming enthusiast, or you Twitch, you know, you're getting that gaming time in, and you want the best, you have to go with the Turtle Beaches. They are just better.